So in a further quest to find the absolute best hot chocolate in New York City, today we're in Dumbo, we're in Brooklyn, and we are at Jacques Torres. I take people here all the time.
I recommend people come here during the Brooklyn Bridge, Brooklyn Heights Dumbo tour. Yeah.
I have to say, honestly, this is probably my personal favorite hot chocolate in New York City. In particular, the Wicked hot chocolate.
I was gonna say the same thing.
It's so good. So I love the Wicked hot chocolate. That's probably what I'm going to get when we go in here. I like it because, for me, I love hot chocolate, and all the ones we've tried, I always drink them, and I can drink a little bit, and then it's so sweet that I want to be done.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a kick to it. That's the wicked, part.
A ton. It is not going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so spicy.
Yeah.
But it's got just enough of like a chili flavor at the end that I think it cuts some of the sweet, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic.
It's my favorite.
So Jacques Torres is a very famous chocolatier and pastry chef. He was the pastry chef at the famous Le Cirque restaurant in New York City for a number of years. When he left Le Cirque, it was to open a chocolate shop and chocolate factory here in Brooklyn. Right here. So while there are several Jacques Torres locations now, this is the original. The home here in Dumbo is the original. So this is the one I like to go to.
And this one is right across the street from Time Out Market. There we go. So if you plan on eating lunch or stopping in here, you just cross the street.
Yes.
And you're there.
Definitely recommend making a stop here. If it is wintertime and you have crossed the Brooklyn Bridge, you might be really chilly. You might want to go inside for a little bit of a break. So let's go ahead and head in. Lori, here's my question. Do you get whipped cream or no whipped cream?
No whipped cream.
I'm glad we just had a very important conversation. Alright, so this is the small, by the way, which, unless you are pretty gung-ho and have a really big appetite, I would get the small. It's pretty filling. This is really thick hot chocolate. It's very, very rich. So I definitely recommend getting the small. Okay.
They have one flavor up there called the Snowball, and it's hot chocolate poured over ice cream. And it sounded delicious. And I really wanted to do it for the video, but I love the Wicked so much.
So if you are somebody that's like, oh, I hate spicy things, don't be scared off by this, because it really isn't super spicy. It has ancho chilies and chipotle pepper. And so while it has a little tiny bit of heat, it's more that it gives it like kind of a depth and a smokiness that you wouldn't have in a regular hot chocolate.
Yeah, I've had spicy hot chocolates before, and this definitely doesn't have that amount of heat, and I have a high spice tolerance, so I'm glad you had said that. But I've had spicy hot chocolates before that definitely had much more of a kick than this does.
Yeah,
it enhances the chocolate, the hot chocolate, instead of.
It doesn't overwhelm it at all. Like, you will still mostly taste the chocolate. It's really kind of just an after effect, like right at the end on the finish, but it's really good. Obviously, you can't go wrong with getting the classic hot chocolate as well. If that sounds like it's more your speed, they do have the Snowball, which is the hot chocolate poured over ice cream. They have a frozen hot chocolate if you're here in the summertime. If you are here in the summertime, they have some really delicious ice creams as well. And like Lori said, their cookies and things like that are pretty fantastic.
And their chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you're not going to be disappointed whatever you get here. So definitely check out Jacques Torres. I'm going to give this my favorite hot chocolate stamp of approval.
It is my favorite too.